Neither, sorry.
Yeah, hi. Can we start with the debate? You answered it. Yamesh?
Yeah, Drishti, you are for the topic, so you can start.
Okay. I'll start in three, two, one. Good evening to one and all. Today I'm here to talk for the motion. Should we explore geoengineering in to combat climate change? Yes, I feel this is a necessity because climate change is accelerating. The current mitigation efforts may not be sufficient to prevent catastrophic impact. Geoengineering offers a potential lifeline to slow down or reverse some of these effects. Geoengineering techniques such as solar radiation management or carbon dioxide removal could significantly reduce global temperatures or remove excess CO2 from the atmosphere. Compared to large scale infrastructural changes or renewable energy transitions, certain geoengineering methods like stratospheric aerosol injection might be more cost effective in the short term. Geoengineering could also serve as a temporary solution while the world transitions to sustainable energy and develops more climate policy. Many vulnerable regions are already experiencing severe climate impacts. Geoengineering might help reduce the immediate risks of extreme weather, benefiting those who are most affected. Tackling geoengineering would require international cooperation, fostering global unity, and addressing a common existential threat. Thus, I strongly stand for the topic. Thank
All right, that was great. That was great. Um, Kushina, you can ask questions.
Okay, so do I
you.
have to
Can
like
we
first give the speech and then we have the question round, or
No, like she said spoke her speech. So what you can do, that after her speech, just
can we
ask.
just
You
say
can,
this? Oh, okay. Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt, but can we both just say the speeches and then ask questions to each other so there'll be a rebuttal round like properly? That will be like more fun, I would say.
All right, if that's what you guys want, then we can do it like that also.
Khushi,
Kushi,
are
are
you
you
fine with
fine?
that?
yeah, I'm fine with it.
Great.
Thank you.
So Kush, you can start with your speech.
Okay, so Good evening, everyone. This is Khushi Rajput, and first of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to participate in this debate session. Today, I'm speaking against the topic, which is should geoengineering combat climate change? So, we have seen that geoengineering is like a new recent method to combat the new climate challenges that we are facing, like global warming um, or the drought or the floods and all these things. So the critical adverse effects that I should say of geoengineering is that first of all it has that catastrophic impact on the environment. Like various tests have been conducted in this way. The first major test is and the most famous one is the Harvard University Solar Geoengineering Research Program, which was conducted in 2017 for the SRM, which is the Solar Radiation Management System. So, in this SRM, I'm so sorry, just a second. Yeah. Yeah, so there was a call. I'm so sorry. Yes. So, there was this the mechanism, the solar radiation management mechanism. What is do ki, we just like spread aerosols in the environment, and that it absorbs all the and that it reflects the sunlight back to the space. So in this way it keeps the earth cool. But if we look at this management, it has very catastrophic impact on the environment, because at the end you are just disturbing the environment cycle by just imposing some artificial method in it. So in 2017, when it was conducted in the Harvard, uh, the experiment was good, but in the report they have shown that it is very bad and has a harmful effect for the long term implication. The second method in geoengineering that we are witnessing is the ocean fertilization, in which we fertilize more ocean planktons to absorb the carbon dioxide in from the atmosphere. This experiment was also conducted in China, and the scientist has like disapproved this system because it can like hamper the ocean food chain, hamper the marine life, and all of these things. So these are just the environmental concerns of geoengineering which we are focusing upon. The most important, and I guess the most ignored challenge that we may face in the future is the government and the ethical challenge. Like we have seen in the past also that during the industrial revolution the global north was focusing on more development, and its consequences are now being faced by the global south. So, in the same way, the geoengineering model is like developed by the developed nations, by a small number of developed nations, and not the large number of global south that we are talking about. And like this geoengineering method is challenging the whole environment, is challenging the whole ecosystem. So if a nation does this to incorporate the climate challenges, it has the adverse effects on all the countries of the world. So this is the most ignored challenge that geoengineering might give to us. So in the end, I want to say that we should not, like, yes, geoengineering is a good system that scientists have developed, but we should not be dependent on it, because it is having many adverse effects, and plus it is not like tested and like experimented on a large scale, or like approved by the reputed institutions. So Yes, this is my speech. Thank you.
All right, great. Now, we are going to have the rebuttal round as you guys wanted. So, who would like to ask questions first? Okay, Drishti, go ahead. You have the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Could you mention that in the last, like right now, she
Also,
just mentioned.
also, just wait a second. I
Hmm.
need to point you guys out that in a formal debate, you don't take each other's name. You can call them wordy debater or any other phrase you want to say, but you don't take the participant's name. Like in
So
MUN, you
how do
said,
we?
say in an
Yeah.
MUN, when you're attending an MUN, then you know their country because it's on the because it shows their country. So you see the delegate of United Kingdom, delegate of India, delegate of Haiti, right? But and in a debate when you join, you call them my wordy opponent, my wordy debater, or something like that. Or you can say
Okay. Got it. Understood.
the debater, right? Something you can.
Debater.
Okay.
Okay. The debater mentioned right in the end of her speech that this has the geoengineering has not been tested by institutions and has not been approved by them. And she herself, in her own speech, mentioned that Harvard has tested this, and Harvard is definitely an important institution. So, how do you justify that? She's contradicting
Yeah.
herself.
So basically, I have given the example of the experiments done by the reputed institutions like Harvard and like China and one more was there in US and Iran. But at the end, I said that they have not approved it, and yes, this is the truth because they have conducted the research and they have presented in their reports that this is not a good system to manage the climate change, and in the long run, we we will face the catastrophic challenges. So I have not I have not contradicted myself, but I have just like elaborated in a more decent way. I hope this answers your question.
Yes.
Also, you guys don't, yeah, you know that you guys are not asking just one question, right? You can ask as many as you want. And if you need, you asked one question and the other debater replies to it. And if you're not satisfied with the answer, in an MUN, you would plead the chair. You would say, plead to follow up. Here you can just go on, right? Okay. Drishti, any other questions?
And not as of now.
Also, see, it's not necessary for you to ask questions related to the speech of the debater. You can ask them related to speech, but you can also ask them any question that is indirectly or directly related to the topic. Because in an in the debates, you have a you have rules of procedure. You have some document which says the rules, and in those rules, it is mentioned clearly if you want to follow up for the for the question that you because follow up you take when the debater has replied to a question, but you think that the reply was not accurate and was not connected and was not appropriate for the question you asked. Okay, so these are all mentioned. So no more questions from Dishti. Khushi, now you can ask.
Can I take 1 minute to frame the question?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yes, so my question for my opponent debater is that in the context of geoengineering, we like study many methods like ocean fertilization or the SRMs or the cooling agents in the atmosphere. So how how you think that uh like it will benefit the climate in the longer run? Because the studies have shown that it is having the harmful effects in the long run. But like, how can you say that it is a good instrument to combat the climate change?
I would like to specify that in my speech, I mentioned that it would be a good short term, a temporary resource, so that we get enough time to set up renewable sources, like to install renewable sources, and then change the world where the world is dependent on electricity, which is generated from renewable sources, right? So, did you get the answer, or like should I explain it?
Don't you think that
You don't know.
yes, I'm audible. Don't you think that if we are like doing it for the shorter run, so the people will be dependent on it and they will not focus on the solutions that we are talking about, the renewable energy, the afforestation type of things, and they will be just
Um,
dependent on geo engineering, like
no, I don't.
the governments of the underdeveloped nations and all these things, because they are not doing the things today only. The governments of the
Yeah,
developing nations, है ना? So don't you think that it will, जैसे कि बस लोग बहुत हैबिचुअल हो जाएंगे इस चीज के कि ठीक है हो तो
got
रहा
the
है.
yeah, yeah, I got the point. No, I don't think so. Like though it is possible that few underdeveloped nations may depend on it, but as like for example, a developed nations, it is a responsibility of a developed nation to help an underdeveloped nation. For example, US is definitely helping other countries, right? For renewable sources also, like setting up windmills and solar power stations, etc. Right? Now when we talk about dependence, I feel that this should be mentioned that right now it's, for example, like this year, in the past 1,25,000 years, the highest temperature has been recorded, like in the past 12 months, like the change in temperature has been the highest. Now for like these kind of situations where it is extremely important to bring an immediate change, these geoengineering can play a pivotal role. But for long term, I do not agree with this because we need to find other solutions. For example, we can use renewable sources in long term, but we need to depend on geoengineering right now, in the present.
Okay. Yes, thank you for your answer. My last question to your answer is that uh, I have like read in some report that if we are doing the geo engineering for like say 2 to 3 years, which is like a
Mhm.
short term,
Yeah,
and in that phase the temperature has been maintained and all of these stuffs has been maintained.
yeah,
But if we like again stop it and stop all the procedures and again like come back to this, so we all know कि इतनी जल्दी तो नहीं हो सकता सारी से चीजें प्रॉपरली रूट कॉज से चेंज तो नहीं हो सकती, because there is not only the one developed region or anything else, there is like the whole 193 or
yeah,
something
got it.
countries, है ना? So
Exactly.
I have read in that report that if we do this geo engineering system for like say some years, for like say few years only, then also when we will stop it and when we will recontinue our works for the environment, it will cause a catastrophic effect, because for this 2 years the temperature has been maintained, all these things have been maintained, but after this 2 years the effects will be shown, even if it is a short term procedure only. So
Okay.
what you have say
May I
about
know the
it?
source of this report? I would like to read it once. But I'll also answer your question. Um, well,
Yes, I need to search. Actually,
okay, okay.
बहुत
It's
सारी
fine. You
websites
read
है.
it
हाँ.
previously. Okay. Acha.
Yeah.
For this question, I would say that, I mean, I have mentioned this multiple times. Geoengineering is only for the present, for emergency situations, right? In the future, we will eventually need to shift to renewable sources. Geoengineering is not a permanent solution, but in the current climate conditions, the effects on our Earth, we definitely need geoengineering to bring an immediate change to the climate, right? If we don't do that, the effects later will be worse. Even I get it, when we stop geoengineering, there might be like other changes and effects, but they will be way less compared to the effects which we will get after a few years if we continue with the same climate change pattern.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you. Yeah, that's it. I don't have any questions, so I guess the end of the debate.
All right, guys, that was a great debate between both of you. Drishti, first I would like to know from you that is it your first time giving a debate or you have done before this also?
It's not my first time. I have joined the teen debater, like these daily debates before.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, guys. So,
Like I have been doing it since the past week, like a week. Yeah.
hmm, all right, that's great. So, both of your speeches and rebuttals questions were equally good, right? Now I'll be giving you some feedback of my own, but on my own opinion. So, first of all, Khushi, you as you are it's first time for you are joining for the first time, and this is first time you're giving it for debate. So it was very good. Like I have seen many debaters who come for the first time, but they get a bit shy and they don't, they don't speak in between. Sometimes between they say that can I get more time, even when they are giving the speeches. So you did not do that. That was a great specialty for you. You knew that carrying it on would be good for you, right? And yeah, first and now things that were
This was your first
areas.
debate?
Yes,
That was
actually, this is.
amazing. That was
Thank you
genuinely
so
amazing.
much. Thank you.
I mean, even I was like kind of shy on my first debate. Like I was kind of hesitant, but then amazing. Like the rebuttals also you asked were good.
I guess that I was stuttering in mid of my speech, but yeah,
That is
this is
fine. But
like
then the
my
rebuttals.
this is like my first debate in my whole life, because I have not participated in any debates in school, and so yes.
That was
Nice.
great, right? Nice, right? Because as you were saying that you were, stopping in between sometimes, that is for every debate. Like I am also an experienced one. I have done many events, many debate competitions, but still I also, stop in sometimes between. So you get that. That's very normal for us, right? Also, in areas where you need to improve, first of all, that when you're doing a research, be thorough. However, today you did not have much time because it was a short debate, right? So you did not need much research this time. But when you're attending some events for 2 days or a debate competition, that's good. If you want to win, then you got to be thorough, right? All right. And also
Okay.
when you ask your question need to be from for you phrase them like it should not be sound too complex to the opponent, and it should not be just a simple question that the debater that the other one would say understand simply. Like it should have phrases that are good phrases, right? But it's not like you use 10 of those very complex phrases in one sentence only, and the other says, "What did you say? I don't understand." Right? So that's also area, right? Good. And Drishti, it was you were very good. Your question, however, it was one, but it was a good question because because you're also experienced one, so you know that the questions got because the first thing is that but your speech doesn't matter itself enough that how much your questions you answered and the questions you asked matter, right?
Hmm.
Because you give your speech, not even the judges panel or the EB, they are not hearing your speech all. They don't hear you all your speech. They just hear some main points, and and all of your like marking scheme. It
Points.
depends on how much the questions you ask and how much questions you answer, without even saying that can I get a minute to answer your questions, because you need to
Hmm.
be ready. So that's for both of you. Both of you very good. And if you want, you can give feedbacks to others also. Like you can discuss some things among yourself also if you want.
Okay. Yamish, I wanted to ask you something. Are you from the Bangalore circuit?
No, I am from the Chandigarh.
Okay.
You're from Bangalore.
I live in Bangalore,
Oh,
not
great.
from Bangalore.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Oh, sure, appreciate
Uh,
it.
are both of you from school or college?
I'm in ninth.
Plus one,
Yamish, you are in 11th.
plus one, plus one. Yeah.
Plus. अच्छा
All right.
मेरा मेरा गेस करो.
I don't know, like